Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in today's episode of The Hypnotist, you're going to be listening to a hypnosis session designed to feel confident and articulate when doing a presentation or speaking in public. And it was created for a client that in the past did feel this way, but they were undermined publicly and then punished almost for actually raising that and dealing with that situation. So it led to a feeling that they couldn't trust their own judgment, or a feeling of second guessing themselves in terms of their options and what they could do and what they couldn't do, like what were allowed to do. So what you're going to hear in this hypnosis session is reactivating a resource state and then a feeling of future pacing, that they could take those resources into the very environments, as well as certain strategies that would give them a feeling of confidence. And that is the confidence to feel that they don't have to give more significance to the bickering or the undermining of other people than it actually is, but also to have a level of confidence to have difficult conversations. And it'd be lovely to believe that we're in a world where everyone is kind and everyone is helpful and no one is kind of malicious or deceitful or trying to cause problems. But unfortunately, we live in a world where there's a lot of people that have petty grievances and they have their insecurities. And some people do try to undermine other people and do try and chip away at the confidence of other people. And having the confidence and the resources to have difficult conversations when people attempt to do that, to clearly have boundaries and have consequences when things that aren't fair or aren't right do happen, is important. And one of my belief systems is that people don't get what they deserve, they get what they tolerate. And that doesn't mean you have to be harsh or militant in any kind of response to, let's say, things that are undesirable. But it does need to have some level of consequence. Otherwise, and I've seen it all too often, good people get taken advantage of, or you can have situations that kind people often have their kindness treated as a form of weakness, and it gets exploited and eroded. And sometimes it's just helpful to be able to have clear boundaries and clear communication if someone is being unreasonable or mean. Let's just call it that. Obviously, this session was created for a very specific individual. You'll hear references to basketball and teaching and things like that, and that's very unlikely that would be your references. So if you feel like a bespoke session could be helpful for you, there will be a link in the show notes that you can schedule a free consultation call to explore working with me, and you can also check out my website to find that link, which is adamcox.co.uk. For now, though, find a quiet, comfortable place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe in a resourceful feeling of calm and relaxation. And as you exhale, just release any feelings of tension, particularly around your forehead, around your jaw. And notice that when you breathe in, you can breathe in a slower, deeper breath. And that when you exhale, feel a wonderful feeling of release as you breathe out. Notice tension, stress, or worries feeling like it leaves your body in your outward breath. Breathing in relaxation and breathing out tension. I want you to use the power of your imagination to picture a magnificent forest. Gigantic trees, wildlife, and just imagine a clearing in that forest. And just imagine that you can float through space and time and place yourself there in the middle of a clearing in a grand forest. Breathe in the fresh air. Notice any smells associated with the forest. Any sounds. Imagine a feeling of a gentle breeze on your skin. And I want you to use the power of your imagination to imagine a comfortable chair there in the clearing. Place yourself on that chair. Continue to breathe in and breathe out. And with each outward breath, feel that you're going deeper and deeper relaxed. Breathing in, just release any tension around your eyelids. That's it. Deeper and deeper relaxed. Now your neck and your shoulders more and more comfortably relaxed. Release any tension connected to breathing around your nostrils, windpipe, neck, chest, lungs all the way down into your diaphragm. So as you breathe in and breathe out, it can become effortless as you allow tension to just melt away. And feel, as I count down from 5 to 1, that part of you is falling asleep there on a chair in a forest clearing. 5, getting deeper and deeper relaxed. 4, releasing any tension in your arms and legs. 3, feeling a wave of relaxation all over your body. And then 2 and then 1, just drifting off into a deep, deep sleep. And then allow your imagination to see you there asleep in that chair. And for some reason, imagine a spiral staircase there on the floor, the grass in this clearing. It takes you even deeper down, and just walk down that spiral staircase back in time, all the way back in time, until you can see yourself confidently and articulately coaching a team. Almost like you've drifted back in time to see that version of you from the past at your most confident and most articulate. And when you can see that version, let me know by nodding your head. I want you to observe at a time of a crucial team meeting. I want you to see how that version of you could passionately, articulately, confidently communicate strategies, concepts to be inspiring or motivational, that whatever was needed most at that point in time, you were able to channel and harness whatever needed to be said to enable it to be not just communicated but understood, that your words could convert into ideas, strategies, inspiration and motivation. And when you're convinced that that version of you in the past had the resources that would be beneficial For you in the present and the future, let me know by nodding your head. And then step into that version of you. And feel what it would feel like to reconnect with those resources. An inner belief that you can do this. No question over your communication skills. A deep inner conviction that you can do what needs to be done. Breathe in and breathe out and feel a sense of relaxation in your chest and your diaphragm. That when you need to speak, the words come out. I want you to feel that this is who you are. This is how you communicate. This isn't just what you're capable of. This is who you are. So reactivate that feeling and then imagine going forwards in time to a point where you were being undermined, criticized publicly, and feel an overwhelming sense of confidence that you can say what needs to be said to make it clear that while you're coaching, you are in charge. And you can see from their expression they're not happy about it. And just reconcile that whatever happens after that point has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. Doing the right thing is still the right thing, even if it leads to undesirable outcomes. Do you reconcile that that was the right thing to do? You keep all of those strategies and confidence, that articulate ability intact. And then imagine going forwards in time and seeing you in a classroom with the same facial expressions, the same mannerisms, the same confident tonality that you saw back when you were coaching basketball. There is an enthusiasm for it that is natural, a confident, articulate tone. And sometimes the words don't need to be perfect because it is the meaning and intention behind them that is more important. I want you to observe you running, perhaps a meeting in a classroom, and I want you to see someone attempt to undermine or criticize you. But I want you to observe that this new version of you is smiling in response. Unflustered, unflappable, unfazed. The expression is a knowing smile that says, of course, because I know what you are. We exist in a world where there are trolls, critics, meddlers. And I want you to see that you are not flustered by that. And then see yourself having conversations that need to be had, never backing away, saying what needs to be said to establish clear boundaries, clear ways of working. And each and every time you are unflustered in response to criticism, your confidence grows. And every time you have a conversation that needs to be had, your confidence grows. See, as time goes on, this refusal to back down emboldens you, gives you a sense of ever-growing confidence. See yourself perhaps 2 or 3 months in the future, completely unfazed, willing to run meetings or classes with a similar energy and sense of confidence that you had in the past when you were coaching a basketball team. And when you can see that and know it's in you for sure, let me know by nodding your head. And then step into that version of you and feel that it is an upcoming meeting, that you're in your own body and you're seeing who you would see when you're running that meeting, and you can feel an overwhelming sense of, I've got this, I can handle this, I've done it before, I can do it again. A knowingness. And just as you're getting into flow, I want you to imagine seeing or hearing someone try to undermine you. And just imagine you're turning the volume all the way down, shrinking them down to 1/100th of their size, almost like it's a microscopic version of them attempting to interfere. It has the same impact as a tiny fly hitting the windshield of a car, not slowing it down, even by a fraction of a second. And then feel that you're in your own body afterwards, having a very clear, confident conversation, expressing clear boundaries and clear expectations. And notice a willingness to have this conversation as many times as is needed. Feel a sense of empowerment, a sense of possibility, a sense of duty that you will do what needs to be done and nothing will get in your way. If you feel that you are unlocking resources of the past and new strategies to give you a sense of feeling empowered and in control, let me know by nodding your head. These will be amplified every time you take actions that align with them. Every time you do something that aligns with the confident version of you, you will become more confident. And then imagine finding a spiral staircase that leads back up to a clearing in the forest, and climb up that spiral staircase. And then see someone that looks just like you fast asleep in a chair, and step into them, taking all of these resources, strategies, and new ways of thinking with you. And then as you leave the chair, float up off the forest floor, all the way back to where you are right now, listening to my voice. As you reintegrate into your body, take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. Connect fully into the present moment as I now count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. You will awaken feeling resourceful, confident, eager to be who you always are, and refusing to let someone else try and intimidate you to who you are not. Starting to count. 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.